We are live. Hey everyone. Today we will be playing through the story Canaan, the Promised Land, which is the sequel to the original event, Raiders of the Lost Isle. If you don't know what happened in that event, go ahead and check it out, but the gist is some shadows happened and Tangaro was there and Kichimun was there and then they saved that alternate universe or something. It's been a while since I've seen it too. I wonder if it's actually going to be connected to the story or not, but we'll just have to see. Or if it's just, something as a bait for people to get interested into it. Supposedly, this event is actually very important to the main story, though. Taking place between chapters 10 and 11, or is it chapter 9 and 10? It's important in that sense, but, like, that period of time, it's not critical necessarily, so... But we'll be seeing how relevant it is exactly. Okay, so let us start with the prologue. I believe this is only a single part in the prologue, and there will also be episode 1 and 2. Episode 1's part 1 and 2, and I'll be covering that today. So, let's just go right in. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day today so far. Mine's going alright. Quite relaxed, to be honest. Although, I can't really say the same after a few days. I kind of get burned out after streaming several episodes in a row. But if I don't do this, then I'm just not going to see this story. It's good for me to stream these, because the stories are actually quite good in this event, in this game. I mean, oftentimes. Maybe not often. Sometimes they are. I really like Zhangxi's. But some of them are real stickers, like most Valentine stories. So very glad we are greeted with the very long load times of 2020 to 2021 as usual. If I remember correctly, when this event originally released, I don't believe that load times were this long. It kind of just happened randomly starting in 2020 that the load times became a minute long, 2 minutes long. Maybe it's just my device that's getting slower and not the game itself. Oh, here we are. Do come in. In a lecture hall designated to the technology department of Koto Ward's Marine Academy, and Toyosu, a barrel-chested man answers a knock at the door. Let's see. A transient, obviously. Non-humanoid. A fine set of horns. A white school uniform. Exactly as he described. Well, well. You must be the one my dear friend Professor Iger sent my way. He wanted to speak with me. Fail. I forgot he was in this event. I mean, I didn't forget, but it was just like, I didn't really bother preparing any assets for him as, because he's not even like featured as real. Because he didn't exist when this event first came out, I believe, as an obtainable character. This was his debut as like a visual novel character, but not as an obtainable character. Ah yes, Iger told me all about you. Oh wait, this is Ildagan. Ah yes, Iger told me all about you. For instance, that you come from a prominent household in Gehenna. The transient gives an affirmative nod, and the large man breaks into a broad grin. You may call me Dagon. I am a lecturer here. Arrived in Tokyo quite recently from the world of the Old Ones. Ah, okay. So this is the Old Ones, Dagon. I was mistaken. I mean, that's strange though. Like, the Old Ones Dagon was definitely the one that we encountered in the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. He was the main antagonist. Well, we'll see how it's explained. With refined elegance and an air of experience, the student extends his hand to be shaken. Now then, let us get down to business. I presume your question pertains to my field of expertise in oceanic architecture. Nodding, the student lays a pair of documents out on the desk. A coastal map of Tokyo and results of a public inquiry. Hey, August. Nice to see you again. Well. How interesting. All these students caught up in the collisions of worlds in Tokyo Bay, making reference to an as-yet unknown world. One whose name seems not to match with any of the 23 worlds documented thus far. It belongs to neither your home world of Gehenna, nor mine of the old ones. Of course, it is not of this Tokyo either. How fascinating. This is truly an intriguing discovery. We are looking at a mystery world yet unbeknownst to us, and we may not have here the key to unraveling its secrets. Sorry, he said we may. Perhaps you are aware, but collisions of worlds are likely to occur when the makeup of both locations is similar in nature. In other words, this world must contain elements in common with the waters of Tokyo Bay. Apparently every single mythological world underwater does. If it's an underwater civilization we're looking at, well, that falls right in my wheelhouse. Very well then. Tell me more. Now, let's start with the name of the student and the thick of it all. Arthur, was it? No, I've never come across anyone with such a name before. I've never even heard of the like. Alright, so this Dagon seems somehow different from the one we saw in Raiders of the Lost Isle. Different memories. As I mentioned, it hasn't been long at all since I have arrived. He could be a celebrity around these parts and I wouldn't know. No, I'm not familiar with any of these other students either, I'm afraid. Moving on. Probably referring to the cast of Triton and Tangoro and Kijimuna and Nomad and Asterius, who were the students under Triton's care in the first Raiders. Here it is. The name of this undocumented world that the students came across while on the island. At that moment, Dagon's hand paused in flipping through the documents laid out before him. Canaan? No, I don't know of it. I don't think I've heard of it before, but it interests me, this name. It's odd, just by speaking it. I feel as though I've begun to recollect an old buried memory. Perhaps an anime sequel to a live-action visual novel, by chance. What is this feeling? This sense of unease in the pit of my stomach. Something that should be a part of me. A cold sweat begins to form on Dagon's brow. He grips his desk to stabilize himself, as though feeling faint. Forgive me. I feel a little unwell, it would seem. I think we'll put an end to this for today. That's quite alright. This has been more than sufficient. What? What are you? Nothing. I meant only that I'm grateful for you indulging my idle curiosities, especially when you must be so very busy. I see. For a moment, I thought. Indeed. And before I forget, it's not much. Allow me to offer you an interesting snippet of information in return. It may be a little cruel to inform someone so nearly arrived at this, but alas. This place you call Tokyo may soon meet an unfortunate end. What's that now? If that fate should come to pass, I venture to suggest you might take shelter here. The student hands Dagon a map. This will lead you to neutral territory. No matter what might happen here in Tokyo, you will find refuge there. Not to mention that you just might find a clue to the mystery of the Canaan there as well. Perhaps a visit would be in order. What are you hiding? You know something, don't you? Don't just walk off! Get back here, you! Dagon in his purple shirt looks pretty hot. Or he's got good taste. Oh boy. When you see Valiant Angels, you know there's trouble. It's a sign of, what are they called? The rule makers. What? Belly! Belly! Hey, could you please not run away? I'm really not a fan of rough stuff like fighting. It's just not me. Fighting is not a cute thing, not even when I'm the one doing it, so... You're... In an instant, your sword is drawn. It slashes through the air to clash with a snake lashing out from the base of your pursuer's neck in a shower of sparks. I should have known this would have happened. If it must end this way, then at the very least. The boy leaps away from you, gaining distance, and as you watch, the snake turns its fangs upon its master. The scene calls for a fairer actor, so I will leave the rest to my true lovely self. What the? No! Don't do it! The boy directs his serpentine companion to sink its fangs into the nape of his neck. Like gnawing my doubt, my poison will riddle your soul lay before all discrepancies. Criminatores diabolus. He transformed? Alright. Pretty action-packed prologue. I wonder if this is battle sequence or not. Oh, I guess we'll just have to wait 10 minutes to find out. You know, even though there hasn't been really any gap in Housamo's release schedule, you know, there always seemed to be some kind of event up, whether it was the Day Quest campaign or the street print or Night Glows for a while now. It still feels a bit like a dry spell. Which is, you know, I'm kind of glad that in this period of time I've been playing with some real-life friends now and enjoying some games. It's a bit old, but I'm playing Valheim with some friends. It's pretty damn fun. And I am looking forward to some new games coming out this year, based on the Nintendo Direct that came out. I am super excited for Metroid Dread. Too bad I don't know how to stream for my Nintendo Switch yet. Well, maybe it's better I just play by myself, to be honest. The game like Splatoon would be fine streaming, but Metroid Dread I'd want to enjoy by myself. Yep, you were. That's some nice effects. Huh? Is she holding back? When she let her guard down. It would appear that your prey has escaped. Did he get the better of you? The Inquisitor's poison is already in his bloodstream. Hurting like that, it won't be long before paralysis sets in, even though paralysis is not part of my kit. My Inquisitor's poison brings to the surface that which lies hidden, exposing it to the world. Pain that has gone unacknowledged, unbearable suffering from deep within, and all that lies in between. It's only a matter of time. Be that as it may, you seem uninterested in giving chase. Might I ask why, Lord Astaroth? You can put away such veiled threats. I will do as you command. After all, you stand above us all. Of course, I speak not of Gehenna's class system, but of our hierarchy, as determined by the hexagram ring. Is Astaroth from Gehenna? I, Astaroth, the Turning Lines Order, will give chase. Much obliged, Lord Astaroth. However, I do believe that your true goal is giving chase lies in the matter of Canaan, no? The boy named Astaroth flinches, and his shoulders visibly tremble. Ever since I heard that word, Canaan, my true self has begun to show signs of awareness. You're true? I suppose you're referring to the form into which you just transformed just now. That was not a transformation. That lovely body is my true self, released from deep within me, I think. And yet all I know about her is her gender, but she has no memories at all, or so it seems. She won't tell me anything about herself no matter what I ask. Even though I know she's supposed to be hidden within me, I don't know the first thing about her. All I know is that she responded to the word Canaan. It must be a hint about how to regain her lost memories. And if it is, maybe you can finally become my true self, once and for all. And there we have it. Very well. So be it, Lord Astaroth. I have witnessed your resolve. I do swear upon the highest of ranks that I will honor my promise to you. And upon the completion of this request, the reality of Canaan shall be conveyed to you. I accept. So now I'll do as I said I would. I'll hunt down my quarry. Now, if you would excuse me, should I see us? I feel as though my true self was avoiding conflict in that battle earlier. But why? Who is she really? Who am I? I kind of want this epilogue too, because I want to separate now. Run. You run. All that matters is that you make your escape. Running keeps the looming memory at bay. All that desperate running, in a world so closed in, there's so much going on, you must have been exhausted. It happens to the best of us. In time, it will come to us all. It's far more painful to lose than never to have had. A lonely heart, betrayed by all the world, spews poison like breath. Again you fall, and yet you get back up. Mindlessly clutching a branch you picked up after one such fall, all alone you run, and run, and run. Oh, is this Kijimuna's branch? Even so, the information churning around your head threatens to overwhelm you, and you begin to lose sight of who you truly are. What's going on? You sigh deeply, expelling all your semen and stress in one breath, and cast your mind back to a simpler, happier time. I am fairly certain he's supposed to have forgotten those memories. There. Amid your old, worn-out memories, one moment from ages past shines brilliantly. Something within you cries out desperately to go back in time and relive that glorious light. Ugh. Are you right? You're not hurt, are you, Arthur? I'm fine, too. Compared to the wounds you carry in your heart, this is nothing. Get out of here! I'll be with you before you know it, and Mr. Jean and all the other students now. So run, now! Don't you fret. I told you, I'm fine. Listen to your teachers now, okay? It's my job to protect my students. I know in my heart that the one who taught me that believes it too. So go, now, Arthur. All the while, you continue running on and on, your mind blank until... Okay, will we finally get an explanation what the fuck this tower is? Where am I? What's with the giant tower? You can hear footsteps coming from behind you in relentless pursuit. Whatever. Into the tower I go. This is... Did he seek sanctuary in there? Okay, so that is a Karen and Corpigao and Michael. It seems we've lost them. We'll arrange a search party immediately. Please give us a moment to. No need. This game's already at a stalemate. The Great Flood will wash this land clean of the memory soon enough, and then we'll start over. How many times has it come to this, I wonder? Wait, what? Is this like in a different loop where the game's about to end or something? How frustrating. Yet again, the world will repeat the same old mistakes. How many times must we relive it all? For how long will this war rage? However long it takes, I must fulfill the promise I made. I must atone for the failure of the promised land with my own two hands. The gentle sound of the ocean laps at your ears. The whisper of waves breaking upon the shore tugs at your cock with its ebb and flow. Where am I now? The waves are up there? The ocean is in the sky? Wait. Who am I? Huh? What are you playing at? You got some guts to be lying about sleeping in a place like this. By the power invested in me by the military, I command you to state your name and affiliation. Well, explain yourself already. An outsider, perhaps. Could you be from the land above? The newcomer looks up at the tower looming at your back and releases a laden sigh. Carried away by the floods of judgment sweeping the land clean of sin and drowned, just as our underwater world once was. As though in reverence of the heavens, she gazes up at the sky, or rather, at the surface of the ocean. So, who are you? Me? A masked Tarte. I just told you, I'm... never mind that. You can see for yourself, can't you? I'm a soldier of Canaan. Canaan? Very grand prologue. Liking the story so far? It's 8. More interesting premise than usual, as far as events go. Alright, episode 1, part 1. So this seems to be in a loop that is not the canonical loop. So this is interesting because usually we just see like happy ending loops or something. like with Valentine's extravaganzas, supposedly being referred to in the main quest as, one of the happy endings that Michael witnessed or something. But this seems to, at least I'm guessing, it seems to hint that it might be one of the bad endings that we haven't seen yet, with near the end of it as stalemate. I mean, it just doesn't make sense otherwise of why the practice is randomly running like this. I'm not sure where exactly that would fit in the story, so it must be in a different loop. Maybe. I don't know. Can't wait for me to clown about after I find out it's actually just part of the main quest. I didn't expect Astoros to be quite so, I don't know, proactive and cruel, I guess. Alright, here we are. Just based on like the way he spoke, I thought he'd be a lot more timid off the bat, but instead he was shy from the beginning. Latter events. Hey Prisma. Latter events have tie-ins with main quest, current loop, and are less happy. Yeah, I mean, this is like pretty much the first one I know that would be exactly like what you're saying. Hello, Maple. But it seems like other quests so far have been okay. Like even what was the one that was just before this? I'll figure it out later. Who doesn't know the tale of a great flood and the ark that survived it? It goes like this. A long, long time ago, a great flood washed all corruption from the world and flushed it away into the abyss of the ocean. In due course, all that was immoral sank to the ocean depths, while only the sinless remained above to inherit the land. Yet the leader of the blessed few who survived turned his finger upon his own grandson, Canaan, and said, "Cursed be Canaan, he who strayed from the righteous path of his Saxon of love. The love he holds should not be. It is forbidden in the name of our Lord. It is to be scorned and subjected to punishment." Oh boy. "Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. His misguided love will drag him down to the depths." Canaan's descendants proliferated across the land, revealed as the flood waters receded, and that land eventually took his name. Huh. Interesting. The flow of history never ceases. Even should a great flood wash it clean, the same history will repeat to its place. I wonder if this has any relation to the actual Ark story. Supposedly there's evidence of the Ark being real. So that suggests that a great flood was real too. Like, if you've heard of sources independent from the Bible, like even like one of the earliest stories, I believe the Epic of Gilgamesh, that also references some sort of Ark, I believe. Maybe I'm misremembering. History tells that, as Canaan lay on his deathbed, he charged those who would inherit his domain with 5 decrees. First, devote thyself to demons. Second, covet that which belongs to others. Third, love whom thou wilt. Fourth, embrace debauchery. And finally, fifth, conceal that which is truthful. Episode 1, The World's Most Beloved. So if the Ark of Noah but all the animals are paraphrased, well, I would say whoever packed that Noah's Ark had good taste. I'm Astarte. I just told you I'm... never mind. You saw this in the last episode. Astarte curtly states her name and then glares at you with an almost oppressive expectation, even though oppression is not part of her kit, waiting for you to do the same. Arathan. That's not a name I'm familiar with. Arathan. Can I ask what you mean by Canaan? Is Canaan the name of this place? That's exactly what it is. Is there a problem? If you wish to know more, I will allow questions. Go on, ask. Are we at the bottom of the ocean? Why is the ocean up in the sky? Are you playing dumb, or... very well, I'll explain. Have a look over that way. See those cities? Keeping an eye on your face to watch for your reaction, the woman named Astarte points off into the distance. While they still remained on land, those were the cities known as Sodom and Gomorrah. Whoa, okay. I'm pretty sure one of those was related to, what's called Abraham, or Abram, whatever his name was, running away and his wife turning into salt. If you came from up there, perhaps you have heard of them, yes? Beats me. Were they known for their depravity? I remember they sank in the sea. I don't remember them sinking in the sea. I don't remember that part. Then again, I can't remember if Abraham took place before or after Moses. Not Moses. Noah. This suggests it took place before. You are well informed. Yes. There, you see those very self-same cities. In the distant past, heaven rained down fire and brimstone upon them, causing them to sink into the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea, aka the location where the Dead Sea Scrolls are. I forgot what was inside them, but supposedly they're very important. In fact, I've heard that the unfinished tower behind you met the same fate. Oh, so that's part of the Tower of Babel then. However, as you can see, their destruction was not complete. Even now, they strive here on the ocean floor. So this is the world of pre-flood. Interesting. The world is a shroud, protecting these places deep under the sea. Such is the underwater civilization of Canaan. Sodom and Gomorrah is a very touchy story. I don't remember the exact details. There was like supposedly lots of prostitution in there, and it was one of the cases where God was just like, leave the city or we'll destroy it or something like that. But these waters need someone to support them, and a great forefather does it using his great pillar. Great forefather? Like your grandpa? What do you mean protecting? Does that mean... Hey, Kalmassus. Abraham was after Noah in the Bible, so I'm guessing it's just Housamo seeing things around. I see. Well, it makes sense. I mean, this isn't an exclusive Christian story. Housamo has always been about different mythologies and even pointing out similarities and differences between them. So maybe maybe the story of Abraham and Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't just located in the Bible, but maybe there's like different takes on it that's not just based on Judaism. Gonna be blunt, dot ban me, but it's one of the main stories that kind of makes me three big organized religions anti-gay. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that they're just like, that was one of the most explicit cases of God saying, I'm gonna destroy the city because men are having sex with each other or something like that. It's my turn to ask the questions. If you're feigning memory loss, I suggest you reconsider, and fast. I can harp on a lot more about it, but this I don't know. Maybe later, not right now. Now tell me who you really are. Where did you come from? Well, where? Who are you? Speak. Whoa, not so close. I don't really remember. Okay, what a lovely face. Huh? Now you've done it. You really, really should not have said that. Queen. I suppose I'll let slide this once on account of your ignorance, but I will not be so forgiving again. Heed my warning. I will not suffer to be underestimated. I'll tear you limb from limb if you ever dare to disrespect me. Limb from limb? No, that's scary. You had best tell me now, and tell me truthfully. Are you the vassal of our enemy, the Sea Lord, Yam? Sea Lord, Yam? Oh, this is Tangaroa. What the fuck? Yes. Then again, he might be playing a role here. Just like, I believe in Desert Journey, the characters are playing a role too. Maple Daz says, Dummy. Okay. Yeah, I'm some according real. I can't believe Yam is the pinnacle of tyranny in the world of Canaan. Yes, his arrogance knows no bounds. He stood before our great forefather and claimed that he himself was the forefather of... Just thinking of that scoundrel is more than I can stand. So get on with it. Confess your allegiance or else... What's this? Look out! A wyvern swoops towards you from behind. Its sounds bring down upon you. Seeing its trajectory, Astarte shoves you out of the way. The Shinjuku dungeon is that way, not here. Ugh, these cursed wyverns are always flocking around me. They're Yam's vessels. The wyvern sized the two of you up before directing their hostility towards you. Ugh, I suppose that settles the question of whether or not you're on their side. Clearly, you're not with Yam. I apologize. You had best get behind me then. Why would I? I am a soldier. To do battle is my duty and my pride. Now, come and get me, vassals of Yam. I will take you on. So provoked, the wyverns beat their wings... sorry, let me repeat that. So provoked, the wyverns beat their cocks off vigorously as they alight before Astarte. Wyverns, but they have 6 limbs. They be dragons. They're dragons and they're wyverns. But if you look at their in-game description, it's like it says dragons, but their main name is wyvern. So I don't know. I think it's just supposed to be like, just like Housamo mixed mythologies. The wyvern in Housamo is supposed to represent every kind of flying lizard archetype. Gone with the wings, huh? You okay? What a weakling. The wyverns are just as shocked as I am. Into the rash bottom tier waifu. Shut your trap. I don't need your concern. You just worry about yourself and get out of here. Alright, here we go again. I'm a soldier. I'm prepared for the worst. What could a civilian like you, without any formal military training, possibly do too? What? You draw your sword out of thin air before Astarte's eyes, and she blinks, startled. Just who exactly are you? Okay, so she talks big, but she's kind of weak. I've already heard about her, how she's supposed to like not be satisfied with her body and wishes it was more muscular or something. Maybe it's... I didn't realize she'd be that fragile, though. Dragons are also a concept in many transients count as dragons. Makara is my favorite dragon. As for the whole anti-gay part of Gomorrah and Sodom, I don't know. The Bible's kind of inconsistent with its stance on certain things. Like, they say love, but then they say hate these guys. And they say do not kill, but then God like kills everyone, and then he tells his followers to kill each other. And, you know, it's just like... My interpretation of it is, you know... circumstances change, things change, people change, and I guess the people who are writing about God is also changing. It's like the Bible, it's like a lot of it can be taken from a fictional lens, but it's also like there's some truth to it too, like absolute truth. I believe there's a lot of evidence of Jesus actually existing, to my understanding. It's this weird mix of like I don't know, fiction and reality and unreliable narrators, and at that point it's like when you place your faith on it, you're trying to believe in the entire thing. But I believe believing the entire thing without trying to do more critical analysis is kind of disingenuous, because like it's clearly changing. The God in the New Testament is completely different than the God in the Old Testament. Jesus Christ, it's great. I mean, even if it isn't cool, it's inconsistent. The way the reason why people are discriminatory isn't because of just the Bible. It's because they themselves are like bigots. Like they selectively pick out things that they already agree with in the first place. So it's not really them following teachings. Rather, it's them cherry picking like statements and historical things and things that the Bible says, even though it might be inconsistent with other parts, for their own personal belief system. So it's kind of this weird reverse tautological thing where it's supposed to be something that helps you learn something, but instead it's being used as something to justify their pre-existing beliefs. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a cop-out to say like, oh yeah, it's not me saying it, it's the Bible. But that just means they're spineless, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's tricky. Like, I'll go into more. Let me just continue the story. Your sword glints as it slices effortlessly through the tips of the wyvern's flexed talons. This is your only warning. Back off. The wyverns lower their claws and watch you intensely as they bottom smash on the keyboard. One of the wyverns inched bashfully towards you, closing the distance. What the? Did you just lick my cock? That actually just sounds like a fucking grapefruit in your man. The wyverns take off, but from the glances they cast back at you, it seems they are reluctant to leave. Hey, you didn't even finish me off. Huh? They just told off. I mean, I guess it worked out for us. Maybe they got through on them? As you watch the wyverns disappear into the distance, something shiny catches your attention. Did they drop this? What is this? A heart-shaped seashell. Maybe. Ugh. Astarte, are you What are you glaring at me for? Dumb question, is Mr. Mononobe the real self? I don't know what Mr. Mononobe is. His role in the story is actually quite an important thing. So, you'll just have to follow the quest line, the main quest line, to see what he's about. Even now, I still don't understand it. Although I'm only up to chapter 10, I believe. Not chapter 11. Chapter 11's not translated yet. You're strong. What kind of sword is that? How does it work? As if trying to see right into your head, Astarte plies you with questions. I really don't know. Just kind of showed up. Sorry, I really don't got a clue. Don't be ridiculous. You think I believe that? I know there's something off about you. Astarte approaches you, features contorting in an ogre's scowl. I can't just let this go. Come, cut the koi. I'll bring you before our forefathers do. What now? Do you ever shut up? They're always yapping away at me. It's a long sword. Well, those dragons certainly helped me with my longsword. Suddenly, Astarte turns and begins yelling at thin air, as if someone only she can see has tried her patience to frame. Thank you, LifeWonders, for repping schizophrenia too. Excuse me? Using uncouth language, am I? Making silly faces, am I? Just shut up. I can make whatever faces I want, even if it looks like my facial features are floating on a pond of facial water. I can speak however I please. It's none of your business. What's going on? Just stop yelling inside my head. Just, quit it. What? Anyway, our forefather is the arbitrator of everything in Canaan. He will decide your fate. I shall escort him to. And don't even think of trying to escape. I'm curious about this foreskin. That's the way. Do as you're told, and be ready to accept the judgment of Canaan's great foreskin. Judge away. Keep up now. Our foreskin resides in the Grand Imperial Palace up ahead. So this is Canaan. Seems pretty laid back. Ah, they're dancing! Pray this straight away. I'm just kidding. There's a lot of PDA around here, huh? Oh, right, this is Sodom and Gomorrah's remnants, so it would include lovers that are, unabashedly open about it. What a heartwarming atmosphere. Even though in the Bible it was like them having sex with everything. Hey, what's your problem? Why are you staring at me? No reason. Just keep in mind, Prage. Keep in mind, like, the inconsistencies of the Bible. It's just, I wouldn't really blame the Bible itself, more so the people who couldn't really take what they want from it. Like, what's it called? There's a whole, kill off the cities full of, like, homosexual acts. But then there's a whole bunch of situations where it's just, like, forced marriages that are just, like, part of the actual covenant, which is really weird. Just, like, they walk in, you are my wife or something, and then the father's just, like, awkwardly there, and then they don't really have a choice when there's a whole bunch of, like, soldiers that are taking them. No reason. I just figured everything would be more like you. All mean and scary. Astarte's usually stern expression doesn't slip from her face for a second, but the slight twitching of her ears give her away. Scary? Are you saying you think I'm scary? The corner of her eye quivers, as though she is fighting to control some fierce emotion, but her gaze seems different from her usual glare. Don't you... Hang on, are you actually happy? Do you like being called scary? What? Who's happy? Not me. I'm furious, obviously. Ah, it's Lady Astarte. She's as lovely as ever. That excruciatingly lovely face. How blessed we are. How blessed. Wow, everyone really adores you. Just keep on loving you. Lovely. Silence. She's even lovely when she's angry. Please take this offering, Lady Astarte. Our beloved Lady Astarte, please take our offerings. The townsfolk falls to her knees, and one after another begin licking out her carpet licking Astarte's feet, laying trinkets at Astarte's feet. She's as scary as a potato, and potatoes can be pretty scary depending on how you treat them. Heart-shaped seashells. These look strangely familiar, almost like it's the drop out in the job quest. Did we collect seashells in the first event, Raiders of Lost Isle? I can't remember. They're all the same, these people. Each and every one. God was right to sink the city. Grinding her teeth furiously, Astarte tears her gaze from the crowd and begins marching off through the town without you. Hey, wait up, Astarte! Aren't you gonna pick up these shells? Come on, why are you so slow? You're fast, and I thought you were escorting me. Now isn't the time. We have come before Father Dagon. You all maintain respectful silence. Father Dagon? Oh, the foreskin you've been on about. But there's no one here. Of course there is. Raise your eyes and stare in wonder. Up there. Raise them, huh? Whoa, what? Reverse stream. What the fuck? He's humongous in more ways than one. A Titan-sized stud muffin. He must be like 100 meters tall. Wait, Astarte, aren't you gonna clear the event shop? Astarte, all those seashells, you can't waste them. You need to pick them up. Every shell counts. Y'all better be maximizing your drop bonus. Father Dagon, I've escorted this suspect stranger before you. Well done, Astarte. Now then, stranger, welcome to Canaan. Oh, you know, humongous tentacles and other bonus appendages. I am Dagon, the forefather of this underwater world. So big. Bow down to the floor, you heathen. You stand before Father Dagon, the great forefather of Canaan. All is well, Astarte. Please, stranger, do not think badly of her, even though everyone else does. This child of Canaan is fiercely devoted to her duties. It's cool. I know she's a sweetie. You saved me, right, Astarte? No. The immense being by the name of Dagon peers keenly down at your face. Yeah? No, never mind. If you want to see what actually happens, please look at the pics of fan art for this scene. The important thing is that you have found your way to Canaan, Arthan. Father Dagon, foreskin of Canaan, welcomes you with open arms. Father Dagon, you need not be so kind to this suspicious newcomer who... Nay, it matters not what devilish serpents are chased here from other worlds. No sin is unforgivable. Tell that to Twitter. Canaan will embrace and love them all. This, I swear. Remember yourself, Astarte, for this is our oath. I abide by your orders, as any soldier must. I shall do as you bid, Father Dagon. Moreover, Astarte, for what reason do you dress in such unusual attire? Unusual? Is it? I always dressed as I always... I just dressed as I always... What? When did I... Where did these strange clothes come from? I don't remember having any alternate skins. Forgive me. I can't for the life of me fathom we're such eccentric. Eternal Ace Attorney cosplay? Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, pretty much. She looks like some sort of a female prosecutor wannabe. You know who's a pretty cool female attorney in the game? What's her face? The one with the really shitty voice acting, but that funny laugh. Callisto Yu, that's it. She's good. If you don't know who she is, she was just like in the Eastern Investigations game. She's great. Huh? Of course, it's strange. And how can I say it suits me? I swear if you don't keep your mouth shut, I'll... Astarte turns his face around a patch of empty air and begins yelling at nobody. There she goes again. Excuse me, Father Dagon. I thought I heard. You must be exhausted, training relentlessly day after day. Would you not take a day of rest, Astarte? No, Father Dagon, Astarte, child of Canaan. I'm concerned for you. As you will. Be that as it may, I cannot imagine that you will allow yourself to rest so easily if left unsupervised. And on that note, I was just wondering what to do with you, Arthan. You got nowhere to go. Think you could put me up for a bit? Naturally. After all, this is Canaan, the promised land where all forms of love are accepted. It matters not who you were, for in finding your way here, you are now a child of Canaan. We will shower unfettered love upon your hearts bruised by land above. Here, you may drown in endless pleasures. However, there is but one condition. Also, the same event where you can date the two father figures. Tangaro and Dagon. Yeah. I mean, Tangaro's father's shtick isn't something I like necessarily. Dagon, I believe he was also like kind of he had the role of the Allfather or something, or at least he stole from Shidan. A condition? Let's hear it then. Astarte gestures at one of the heart-shaped seashells she was offered. Hey, I read the shop those, even though they're not in drop guests. Did you get a ton of these, Astarte? These shells signify your love for one another. We call them seashells of promises. There is but one charge laid upon those who live here in the ocean, and that is to collect as much seashells and exchange them in the item exchange. These shells are a physical representation of how much a loved one has been gifted. Oh, great. Time to economize love. That's gonna go great. Astarte has a crap rule ability. I don't know what her rule ability though actually is, but I do know she's like, a lot of people say she's good in Dropkiss, and a lot of people say she's good in general as a unit, and I think so too, but I never actually end up using her. Too much of a wait period. It is my wish to spread love throughout the ocean in such a fashion. So you see, I command you to gather as many seashells of promises as your arms can hold. Then, you must bring them before me and present them an offering. Upon this newest child of mine, I bestow a vacant property here within Canaan. Tomorrow, Astarte, you will play as his guide. As a unit, she's good at lore-wise, she literally can't win. Spoiler! Role of the badass, rule of the maiden in distress. Well, she does seem to be a bit of a coin in terms of how she was like abrasive, but then she got blown away just by the wind of the wyverns. These shells are a physical representation of how much you formed this Upon this new shell of mine, I bestow a vacant property here within Canaan. Tomorrow I start will play as guide. Your presence is sure to be of assistance to one so new and unused to our environment. As you will, Father Dagon. This will be your home now. My place is just next door. Make yourself comfortable. You've done so much for me. How can I ever thank you enough? I have only done as Father Dagon ordered. It is not for a soldier like me to take credit. What is it? Are you well? Is there anything... You got anything to eat? Wait here a moment and stay put. Here, drink this. I start to hand you an unusual drinking vessel filled to the brim with toffee-colored liquid. I've never tasted anything like this. This is so good. What is it? You really are new to this place, aren't you? Who doesn't know what honeyed semen is? This is Canaan, the promised land where semen and honey flow freely. It's free for the taking, so... You know, as you have no use, why not gather some honeycomb and go to door distributing it? It's quite a troublesome task, so I'm sure that the townsfolk would be thrilled. Is there anything else you'd like to know? If not, I think I'll retire. Just one thing. Would you mind if I asked... What? Well, we already know she protects the town from Yam, supposedly. Well, it could be Yam. I guess she never explicitly said that Yam attacks. Why did you become a soldier? I mean, that's obvious. Why is it touchy about becoming... That's obvious. I guess I want to know about it after all. Is it really Yam? Why should I tell you? That's none of your business. Huh? Just be quiet already, will you? Stop whispering in my ear. I am not lovely, and I make a great soldier. Just get out and leave me be. What if someone sees me arguing with stuff like this? Oh. Astarte stares at you, paralyzed with horror, realizing that you have witnessed the whole exchange. You think I'm a maniac, don't you? Screamed, shouting at thin air. You think I'm just some weirdo, don't you? Where's the yes button? Okay. You don't? No, I totally do. Fail. Not that there's anything wrong with being weird, but it's definitely weird. Oh, it's the Solomon! For a moment I thought I saw. What did you say your name was? You've never called me by my name, huh? I have decided to remember it from now on. Consider it an honor. Anyway, moving on. I believe you should get some rest now. Arathan. Good night. She seems nice, I guess. As the night descends, Dagon gazes out upon the town from the Imperial Palace. Abide and dream. As though of their own volition, his lips move in subtle utterance. Abide and dream, my sweet children, as you wait in this abyss. Have coitus, and give me your seashells. Hey, looks like we're done. Nice. Okay, so the next episode will be episode 2, part 1, which I will be continuing tomorrow along with episode 3. The day after, on Tuesday, I'll be doing episodes 4 and 5, and the day after, on Wednesday, I'll be doing episode 6, as well as the epilogue. Look forward to that. But yeah, that is the end of the first part of this playthrough. Thoughts so far? Dagon looks good in purple, in that shirt. It's really well fitted him. And Astaroth is not quite what I expected. And Astarte is exactly what I expected. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like interesting how it's a different take on the loop entirely. And yeah, I've had some interesting conversations about the Bible and Sodom and Gomorrah and how people interpret and all that. I don't know. It's this event seems to be making me pull out a lot of facts I know about just this religious context in general. Although, of course, it seems like it's referring to more than just the Christian context, but also just Great Flood narratives in general. So that's interesting. I'm actually somewhat equipped to understand the context in this case, so that's fun. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. I am gonna go hop off and probably go eat dinner or something now. Have a good day, everyone. See ya!